Students of Success, Dr. Mike here. Today we're going to talk about something called frequency illusion. So what is frequency illusion? Before I give you the definition, let me give you kind of an example. Did you ever buy a car and then as soon as you bought that car, they seemed to appear all over the place? Now, were those cars always there? Or did they just happen to be around more after you bought the car? So frequency illusion is whenever you focus on something, you tend to see more of it. Now, are you attracting that stuff into your life? No. What you are doing is whenever you place your focus on something, you tend to zoom in on it and see more of it. Now, why is this important? Think about this with different people. Do you ever have somebody that seems like everything always goes wrong in their life? They always seem to find the bad. In any situation they walk into, they find something wrong with it. As Albert Einstein said, stay away from negative people because they always have a problem for every solution. And how true is that? Now think about another person. No matter where they go, they always seem to find something right, something good, something that is like the gold. Are there different things in their life that they're in, different situations, or is it just the same situation, but they're focusing on something different? You know, the same wind blows on us all. It just depends on the set of the sail. I think it was Jim Rohn that said that. So depending on your attitude, let's say the sail is your attitude. If you put up a little wee sail that's ripped and torn, well, of course that wind is the wind that takes somebody to the tropical island is going to take you to the rocks and destroy you. So what we focus on is our reality. Two people in the same room can have a completely different reality because they're focusing on different things. Take, for instance, another example. Look around the room and write down 5 things that are black. Look around the room and write those down. Okay, so you wrote all those down. Now close your eyes and think of as many blue things as you can possibly think of in the room. More than likely, you're not going to be able to think of any, and if you are, it's because you've already heard this example before in the past. I could have said yellow, I could have said red, I could have said anything. The point is that if we are looking for good things in our life, we are going to find them. If we are looking for bad things in life, we are going to find them. So basically, it comes down to selective attention. Attention. What are we putting our attention on every single day? Are we putting it on positive things, or are we putting it on negative things? So think about it in the world, in your career. Are you focusing on opportunities, or are you focusing on threats? In our SWOT analysis, if you focus on opportunities every day, they are going to be around every corner and in every aspect of your life. Turn that thinking around and think about threats. You could try this example tomorrow. Go out for the first part of the day. Look for everything that could be a potential opportunity. When you go into your favorite coffee shop, look at all of the things that you think that you could do better that could make them more money. Maybe the people behind the counter. Maybe there's lines. Maybe there's different things that are going on. Maybe it just has a weird smell to it. The chairs, the TVs, the things. Think if you opened up another shop, another store of any type, the opportunity that could be there. Don't think about anything negative. Second half of the day, go in, walk back into that same place and think of all of the things that are wrong. Things that would make you say, I would never open a place. The customers are terrible. The price of the goods is too expensive. The rent is outrageous. Focus on those things. And then sit back and realize that it's the exact same situation, but just a different focus. So think of the power in this. in every day. Okay. Another part of the bias here is confirmation bias. Okay. What is confirmation bias? Confirmation bias would be that whatever your thought processes are now, say they're negative, you look for reasons out there to justify them, to confirm them. One example would be, let's say you know somebody who's 80 years old, smoked all their life, 70 years they've smoked. You're a smoker and you're 30 years old and you want to quit. Your family wants you to quit. And you say, because of your health. You're like, you look around and there are people out there that are sick, that have died, that are 40 years old from lung cancer, different stuff. But you look straight for that 80-year-old that may have different genetics than you and say, look, he's 80, he smoked for 70 years and nothing's wrong with him. Same thing could be with people with a faster metabolism. Maybe they can eat fast food a lot. Doesn't mean that their insides aren't really screwed up. But you're like, look, they went to McDonald's 3 times a week. Then it's okay if I do that. Or when you study, you're like, well that person, they only studied 1 hour, and look, they got an A on the test, so I'm just going to study 1 hour. These are confirmation bias. Third part of it, reticular activating system. Now this is something that is very interesting because whatever we focus on is what we're going to see. So I use this example because I live in Pennsylvania. And reticular activating system, RAS, is an example. We spell RAS DEER in Pennsylvania. And what does that mean? Well, in western Pennsylvania, especially, well, all year round, we have tens of thousands of deer running. On some nights in a field, you might see 50 or 60 deer. Those deer love to run right in front of your car, especially in the fall when it comes into rut time. The buck, the big male deer, they just go crazy and they just love to jump in front of cars. And you'll see you'll see deer smashed and killed all over the roads. Up and down the highways, you'll see 100 deer, cars that are smashed. So whenever you're out at night when you're driving, because they're not typically out during the day, in the evening especially, and during the night, your reticular activating system, if you're smart, if you're aware, is on deer. You are looking and you're focusing completely. You could not even hear a conversation or the radio or remember what somebody says because you are focused on looking for a deer out of the side of your mirrors, just your eyes. You're looking around because when it's dark, they could jump right in front of you. So that's what you're focused on. You might not be focused on the car behind you. You might not be focused on the speed. You're focused on one thing, so that is what you see. That is your reality. And then cognitive availability. If you focus on things long enough, they tend to become habits. So with frequency illusion, it's not even, the illusion part is that it wasn't there before and then it magically occurs. But if you train yourself to consider, we'll talk about the positive things, thinking of positive things, thinking of the gold in every situation. Every time you meet somebody, you think about something good about them. Every time you go out to dinner, you say something good about the meal. Every time you talk to somebody, you greet them in a special way. You tell them how much you care. You get into that. Your reality in your life completely changes. Think about opportunities. Think about how wealthy you're going to become. Think about your career and the things that could happen. Your health. Think about every day about healthy things. Sticking to a routine. Working out. Walking. Eating healthy. You will start, if you're focusing on this all the time and that your mind, it becomes a habit, you won't even think about going to McDonald's. You won't even think about fast food. You won't think about having 8 or 10 beers every single night. You won't be thinking about those things because you'll be thinking about your health. It'll become an automatic habit. The same thing is true on the negative side. If you're continuously looking for bad things in people, continuously looking at negative things at work, continuously, it comes back to those people that complain and criticize all the time. Their cognitive availability has been shrunk down into a ball of black negativity. They've trained themselves that it's become habitual, that they look for bad negative things in life. So, what does this mean overall? You need to start living your day, your life, in the morning time when you get up, and focus on the good things in your life, the gratitude moments, the things. Focus on that you're so happy that you couldn't even walk. Focus on that the sun came up. Focus on that you're healthy. Focus on that your family's okay. Focus on overwhelm yourself with good things. Believe that good things are going to happen to you today. It could start you off in an upward spiral, but if you sit there and you think about all of the negative things, all of the threats, how bad your life is, how bad your job is, how you're overweight and you're sick, well, you're going to just spiral down and you're going to see all the negative things throughout the day. And whenever you focus on it, it appears more. So if you want to convince yourself that this world is horrendous, you can do it. Because we all create our own reality. There isn't one ultimate reality. The reality of the world is all individualized. You have to create your reality. You do that through your focus. So hopefully you enjoyed that little lesson today. Remember, there are only so many tomorrows, so go out and focus on all the good things and live your best life now. Take care, guys.